Hi guys, it's reaction time. We've got Volbeat and Time Will Heal. Ralph sent me this throughout the night, actually, or early this morning, before I did my reactions. I love a bit of Volbeat. I don't like everything Volbeat do, but man, when they hit me hard, they hit me hard. They've got some great songs that, yeah, man, just absolutely amazing. So the new album, God of Angels Trust, is out on June the 6th. Ralph actually sent this to me and he said, look, this is a great song and I thought of you because of your dad. I've mentioned my dad passing away a few times on the channel. He passed away back in 2016. And obviously the title of the song, Time Will Heal. Yeah, I mean, that's what I say to people now as well, because I've been through it with my dad. And most of us people at our age, you know, are either going through that or have gone through that or will be going through that soon, you know, losing a parent and stuff like that. I miss my dad, man. Just, I can't tell you how much I miss him. But the actual title of this song is very, very true. Time does heal. You know, it's really hard at first. It's really hard now. But, you know, it without a doubt, you know, it gets better. I can say that from experience. Maybe it doesn't for some people. You know, it can have a lasting effect depending on who you lose and all that. My old man didn't realise how much he meant to me as well, and until I lost him, it meant I loved him to bits. But what a great dad! But you know, it's like you don't realise until you lose him as well. You think, oh my God, you know what a massive gap that is in my life. And sometimes out of the blue now, I just cry my eyes out thinking about my dad. Yeah. So anyway, so Ralph sent me this this morning. Time Will Heal. Here we go. Without further ado, let's do this.
Everything is in place, nothing seems in decline. What day is irrelevant, untouchable to the bone. Now limited yet, accepting the good with the low. Accepting the good with the low. Time will heal the open wounds, but the heart will always decide.
Well, it is typical Volbeat, just the arrangements of the songs, very melodic. I mean, it's typical Volbeat, but much more on their melodic side for sure. The song that, when my dad got ill, and then I actually chose My Champion by Alter Bridge at the funeral. Can't listen to that song anymore. I've mentioned that on this channel as well, because I can't listen to the song because of my dad. Love the song, but if it comes on, man, I can't listen to it. And I can imagine, if anyone's going through losing someone right now, and this song, and you're a Volbeat fan, I can imagine this song being a massive song for them people, and really meaning so much to those people. And I think, Volbeat, with the melody, and holding back the heaviness. Obviously, this has got a lot of chugging riffs and stuff like that, but it's very, very melodic, and and I can imagine this being played, after someone losing someone. It is that sort of song. Even vocally, really sort of those very cool sort of nuances that the vocalist has, and adding them to the melody of the song, making it very, very Volbeat, very melodic, and almost restrained, this song, on purpose, giving you a very mellow part of the album, I would have thought, between all the heaviness. One thing about Volbeat, they really do mix it up on an album. So, I can imagine, this being between two really heavy songs, and being a bit of a standout because it's so different. But very cool, man. Very cool. I really like it. It's a nice song. It is a really nice song, and tackling what it's tackling, it shouldn't be ultra heavy. It should give you that emotion, which it definitely does. Loving it so far. Here we go for the rest.
Decide how the soul will be moving all night to live with the walls left behind. Higher above the sun, the spirit seems to be found. Time will heal the open wounds, but the heart will always decide.
I'm not 100% sure about the goat, what that's for at the end, but I do love animals. So yeah, very cool song. I was looking at the lyrics as well. It's one thing. I mean, I'm not a lyric guy. I'm terrible at reading what the lyrics actually mean sometimes. But some of that, I think, is regarding, when time does start healing, there's some guilt behind it. That you should always feel the way you did when you first lost someone. And that's just not the reality of it normally. Like I said, it can be different for everyone. But I think that's it's really interesting. I've, myself, I mean, this only last a couple of months, only this month, sorry, beginning of this month was my dad's birthday. And I forgot his birthday. And the only way I remembered, or I didn't remember, someone, my daughter posted a memory on Facebook. And I was like, oh, and it was like in the evening that night. And I thought, then the guilt kicked in that how can I forget my dad's birthday? It doesn't, and even though, I felt that guilt, it doesn't mean you should feel guilty. Time heals. So, you're not going to be hanging on thinking of the person you lost forever like it was yesterday. It will happen, and you will forget birthdays, and you might forget, the death of someone's, the anniversary of the death, but it doesn't make you any less caring about that person. It did make me feel guilty at the time, but it shouldn't have done. But it did. But man, that was a cool song. That was a really cool song. I like that. Really nice to listen to. Thanks, Ralph, for asking for that and thinking about me as well. It's made me think about my dad though. So here we go again. But no, very cool. Volbeat, Time Will Heal. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below, guys. And I'll see you soon.